So today we're doing a container. I picked this up from the Stockton rail, and just want to make sure everything's good on here. I'm going up to Red Bluff to Walmart, to their distribution center. Then after that, I'm gonna take a day off. Well, kind of like a half day off. I gotta reset because the route that I'm running, I can't do it during the day. There's too much traffic, you know? So I'm gonna be back on nights, and yeah, let's get going. So, we're empty. You know what? Isn't this a trip? Isn't it crazy that this is what all the fuss is about in the media? These things, these shipping containers, right? This is the whole like tariff thing that's going on in the news right now. And I'm hauling one of these bad boys, right? Just think, isn't it so amazing that, you know, the rust right here came from the ocean when this thing was like in China, South Korea, India, wherever the fuck, most likely China, right? And now it's like all over the news. So I'm like trending right now, right? All right, we're good. I got the container, we're hooked up. Now we're headed back to Stockton. And I gotta go home because I'm gonna reset my hours to run nights again. No more of this daytime shit, no more traffic. Gonna get in there. This is gonna take a minute. That yard dog's gonna have to wait. At least I got out of this room up here. All right, it's gonna be easy now. Cool. If you want to run intermodal, you're gonna be parking in some really tight spaces. Holy shit. Yeah, dude, if you want to be home every day and run local intermodal out of the port to the rail yard, you're going to be dropping these containers in some really tight spots. Okay, so back here at the yard, and before I end this vlog, do I recommend JB Hunt for you? You know, you, the new truck driver, or if you have experience. Look, when it comes to finding a trucking job, obviously you want to start looking around where you live. And I got lucky that this is a really good account. You can make a lot of money on this account and at the company, but specifically on my account, like I think we make more than Stockton Intermodal right here on this account, you know, and it's local to my house, right? It's right here in Tracy. I live in Modesto. It's literally like just a hop, skip, and a jump from my crib, you know? Look, JB Hunt, they're a mega carrier, and mega carriers do have a bad reputation. But as far as JB Hunt goes, they are the better trucking company that I've worked for this far. They're the better mega carrier that I've worked for thus far, right? Better than CR England. And I gotta say, better than Knight Transportation. Now, maybe if I was on like a different account at those other companies, not really with CR England, dude. I was on a few different accounts, dude. I started off dealing with OTR, and then I went to the Shafter Walmart account, and then I also dealt with the Walmart account in Southern California at the Colton Yard with CR England. And dude, I have so many stories of just people that work there just being so unprofessional. Look, there's things over here that I wish we got paid for. They're a mega carrier, you know, but so far, like this is the highest CPM that I've gotten. Even if I were to switch to run local, like all the way local to where I'd be home every night, I would still be getting a higher CPM here than I was at CR England, and a higher CPM than what I was getting at Knight Transportation running OTR, right? Because, and let's just talk about Knight Transportation. When I was at Knight Transportation, I left them because I applied to run port. I applied to run from the Vegas rail yard and to the LA or Long Beach port, just back and forth, right? Like that's literally what I applied for on their site. It was open. And they told me like, yeah, okay, we're going to get you on that. And they said in the meantime and in between time, they were going to keep me, when the ports were slow, they would keep me in Southern California, Las Vegas, and Arizona. I wasn't trying to run OTR and like live out of a truck. I was trying to like move back to Vegas and have somewhat of a life and, you know, a job, obviously. And dude, they just told me some bullshit and just threw me on OTR. And I was like, you know what? I'm not working for a trucking company that's going to be lying to me this early in the game. Like right when I get in, you just lie to me like that. In my opinion, that's very unprofessional. And right here at JB Hunt, dude, you know, like I said, a lot of the people that I worked with at CR England, especially in those offices, a lot of them were like just very unprofessional, you know, disrespectful too, confrontational, just very unprofessional. The people I work with over here, very professional, you know, solid people. This seems to be like a solid company. You know how you could tell JB Hunt is most likely a better mega carrier? And don't call me a kiss ass, because I've had a lot of people on YouTube tell me that I sound like I'm bitching, crying, and complaining about trucking, you know, and all I'm doing is just reporting to you. I've told you when I'm doing good at CR England, and I definitely told you about all the bad shit that happened at CR England, as well as Knight Transportation, when I got there and when I left. Like, I'm pretty sure I got a good track record on YouTube. If you really watch my trucking content, as far as talking about jobs, I'm pretty sure I got a solid track record of just being honest, you know? But right here at JB Hunt, one way you could tell that they are most likely one of the better mega carriers is when I go on YouTube, I don't see a lot of bad press on JB Hunt. I don't see a lot of like YouTubers or truck drivers that are making videos bashing the company and just giving bad reviews of the company. I just don't see that shit. I'm sure there's probably like maybe 4 or 5 videos, but dude, if you type up like Western Express, what it's like to work for CR England, what it's like to work for Knight Transportation, what it's like to work for Swift, you're going to see a lot of bad videos on those companies. You're going to see a lot of bad press. Like, we're pretty much the press, you know, when we talk about what trucking company should you work for. You're going to see a lot of bad press with most of the mega carriers
Prime, Schneider, Warner, Western Express, England, Swift, Knight, you're going to see mostly bad videos on these companies most of the time, right? If you search JB Hunt, I don't know about you, but I haven't come across a lot of bad YouTube videos covering this company, right? And I'm pretty sure like they're probably the biggest or the second biggest shipping container company in the United States, you know, which means no matter where you are, especially if your state touches water and you got a port, I guarantee you there's work where you're at, you know. This is the highest CPM that I've gotten. Like I said, I pretty much do what I want. My manager is not on my ass like that. You know, I have gotten calls, kind of like a wake-up call, but that's usually when I'm under a load and, you know, there was something going on with the load, like there wasn't clear communication or whatever, but that's only happened maybe like once, right? You know, if you search up Swift, Knight, England, you see a lot of people talking about like they're getting phone calls from their dispatcher right when they're 10 hours up or when they're still on sleeper, you know, like their office is calling them like, hey, how come you're not moving, right? I haven't dealt with that over here. I just haven't, right? They do like it, and it's professional to let them know what you got going on, you know, before you go on sleeper or before you like go to sleep, and you tell them, look, I'm going to sleep right now. I'm gonna be up around this time. I'm gonna hit you guys up. As long as I do that, dude, and even when I don't get them like hitting me up, like blowing me up. They're not on your ass over here. They're totally not. When I was at England, dude, they were kind of on your ass, right? Not really the dispatchers like that. They could. It was mainly a lot of the people from like overseas. Like I would always get these calls from the fatigue manager, the logs department. They were always on your fucking ass, dude, for any little thing, you know? Just unnecessary bullshit. And not to mention, dude, like the owner coming to the yard and doing a pay cut. Fucking, dude, I've worked with some really unprofessional people at CR England. Man, I don't want to go into it like I'm bashing them or whatever, but yeah, this company is pretty solid, right? Like I came into this thinking like, oh man, it's another mega carrier, you know? Like I'm pretty sure I'm only going to be working here for like 4 or 5 months until something bad happens between like the freight, the work dries up, or unprofessional people. Like that's what I thought coming into this. And it's been good. It's really been good, right? It's to my surprise, right? I don't have like good thoughts in my head when it comes to a mega carrier in trucking because I've been through 2 of them and both of them have been bad, right? JB Hunt, like I said, if you go on YouTube, you don't see a lot of bad press on here, right? You don't see a lot of bad press covering this company. And since I've been here, the people I work with are very professional. They're not on your ass like that. Yeah, we got an inward-facing camera, but dude, they're just really not on your ass like that. As long as I come to work, I do my job, everything's good, dude. I make really good money over here. I'm getting the highest cents per mile pay that I've gotten at any trucking company. Like this is higher. I'm making more money here than I was making, especially near the end of CR England and Knight Transportation. Pretty much the whole time that I was at Knight Transportation, I wasn't making shit pretty much, you know? If you're going to work for a mega carrier, definitely check out JB Hunt. They are one of the better mega carriers. I would definitely come here before I go to Swift, before I go to Schneider or Western Express or whatever. Our equipment is pretty solid, right? Like we're not running fucking hoopties or nothing. Shit over here is pretty solid. People are professional. And with that being said, be sure to smash the like button on this video, subscribe to the channel. And yeah, that's the vlog. Let me know what you think about whatever I was rambling on about. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out.